Thanks to the support of channel member Richard Myers. It's been a long time since I've had odds as long as 1,000 to 1 at the start of the season. But the transfer window was a nightmare. We've got no money. Our players are rubbish and we are absolutely not cut out for this level. Today, we're going to find out just how hard this season is going to be, because we are playing the first two games of the new season, our first season in the Toyota Thai League, which, as you can see, we have absolutely no chance of doing well in. What is interesting is we are now in the top 8 leagues in Asia. We are now starting to reach a level where it's not insane to think we'd have a chance in the Champions League if we got the right team in this league. Port were the most recent team from this league to make it into the Asian Champions League. They made it through to the second round. So it might not be insane, but it seems unlikely. But if we have a good season, who knows? We might get picked up by someone in China, the UAE, Iran, Qatar, some of these bigger leagues, maybe even like Japan, Korea or Saudi Arabia, which are the big 3 here in Asia that all of the Champions League winners come from. But before we worry about any of that, we need to try and not have a rubbish season. Because we now have money coming in because we're in the Premier League, I'd like to think that won't happen and we'll actually see this start to head up again. And who knows, by the end of the season, if I survive in the job, I might even be able to get my first coaching badge of the save, because I still don't have one. This is the team for the first day of the season. We're playing against the team that finished below us last year, got promoted with us, Sukhothai, although they presumably have been able to strengthen far better than we have because they're expected to survive in the league. So did they do much in the way of transfers over the summer? I mean, they've been able to spend £500,000 on players. I don't understand how we've got no money and other clubs have got money. I mean, they've got fans, I suppose, is the key thing. We've got this tiny little stadium. We just make no money. It's not ideal. But this is the team. We've got new goalkeeper Ouchie in goal. That's just a meme ready to go straight away, isn't it, really? A back 4 that definitely needs work. I mean, I would say this back 4 is weaker than last year's back 4. We've got Foldrang, our new left back, who is pretty good. But at right back, we've got Mehdi Saedi because we don't have a right back. The window is closed and we don't have a right back. So Mehdi Saedi at 6'5" is going to play there. At least he'll be able to be a threat from corners still. We've then got Kitty back for the 3rd year in a row alongside Juheng Manpati, who's on loan from another team at this level, played 1 game in this league last year. We've then got new boy Makmi on loan from the same lot, Muamfong. He's going to play at the base of the midfield for us. Apparently we had him on loan last year and didn't use him. I suspect we just arranged the loan before the season's ticked over. We've then got Igor in midfield alongside Steele. Igor switching to being his natural ball-winning midfielder role so that Ratinho can be a playmaker out on the left. We only want one playmaker. So Ratinho is going to play out on the left-hand side. Pimrat, who's rubbish, is going to be on the right-hand side, making his debut. We don't really have a right winger. Certainly with Pizzo injured, we don't have another right winger. And then Put Lane is going to be up front. And there's a lot of hopes on this boy. He came in towards the end of last season, 8 goals from 10 starts, looked the business in the league below, and he's actually in on a 2-year contract from here. So if we can get our front 3 firing, because Ratinho's got 2 years. They've both got 2 years. I think Pizzo has 2 years as well. We've got that front 3 with Pizzo fit here for the next 2 years. If we can have 2 years in the Premier League with those 3 in the team not being rubbish, that would be super duper. I don't know why we're having to press so many buttons to get through to match day. There we go. It's still the team. And yes, we'll hand out a squad number. Pimrat getting a squad number. I mean, our right-hand side is a joke for this game. We've got a 6'5" centre-back and a kid who's never played before and couldn't get in the team last year in the league below or the year before in the league below that. So for him to be starting on the first day is a nonsense. Saedi at right back is a nonsense. We've just got to hope that our better players, and I'm looking at Ratinho, Put Lane, Igor. When I say better players, we've got to hope that our better players make up for it and that the league just isn't very good. I mean, certainly Sukhothai, if they beat us at our place first day of the season when we finished above them last year, that is kind of my indication that it might be time for me to go job hunting, because we are just going to have a season of absolute misery, and I don't want a relegation on my CV. As much as I love the Raging Mackerel, if ever there was a definition of taking a club as far as I can, it's getting this club with a capacity of 1,400, which presumably is a complete sellout today. Yep, complete sellout once again, but taking this team to the Premier League is definitely taking a team as far as we can. I don't know why we've done a short corner when we have Sayedi on the pitch. We found Sayedi in the end anyway, but his header not able to direct it goalwards. The problem is he's very tall, but he's got a head like a 50p piece, so you're never quite sure what angle the ball's going to come off at when it hits him, and that was a good demonstration of it there. And that's the kind of player we definitely shouldn't have in the team at this level. We look absolutely toothless going forward. Harry Steele not having the best of times. We can bring another Pimrat on. We've got multiple Pimrats. This is one that we signed on a free transfer in the summer. He was one of the released, we'll call them Premier League youngsters. He can come on. We're going to bring Pizzo on, even though he's injured, because we need him. And we don't have a spare left back. So I guess Hyong's going to come on, and we'll put Manpati to left back. We've now got 4 centre-backs on the pitch, playing 4 centre-backs and an injured winger. Is that an improvement over what we had before? I guess we're about to find out. Ratinho plays it back. There was a question mark over a potential penalty kick there, but alas, 'twas not to be. The only highlights we've had are a couple of corners that didn't really lead anywhere. The only thing, I guess, that is going in our favour at the moment is this lot haven't created anything either, so I think we're just 2 really rubbish teams. But with 3 relegation spots and them being the rubbishest team in the league, it doesn't necessarily bode well for us, does it? There you go. You can come on as an inside forward, another striker for us, and you can then be the playmaker in there. We're definitely weakening the team, but trying different options. Maybe Supik, I think, is the highest paid player at the club, so it would be nice for him to be involved. Right, here you go. We've got a counter-attack. Putt Lane. If he can get there first, and he does, but then he holds the ball up, I guess fairly sensibly, because there was nobody supporting him, but it does take the sting out of the counter-attack somewhat. But there's a ball over the top for Putt Lane, who is in, and I mean, he somehow won the ball. Putt Lane can't get... Oh, he has got past his man. Pimrat's in the middle if we can find him. Unfortunately, not. I mean, Putt Lane did quite well a couple of times there. It's the first we've seen of him in the entire match, but he did look reasonably lively. And there's Supik, plays it forward to Pimrat, who turns, and he's just kind of running aimlessly. But now he's turned on the afterburners. He's into the area. Pimrat, I mean, maybe shouldn't have gone for personal glory. Putt Lane was there for the tap-in if he'd have decided to find him. We've certainly livened up a little bit in this second half, but still not looking particularly like scoring. And if we concede the sucker punch here, oh, ouchie. Ouchie, you can't be punching that. And it's still Sukhothai hovering around on the edge of the area, and I think they're gonna score here, and I'm gonna resign. Oh, for goodness sake! It's pathetic. The referee's got his finger in his ear. We absolutely need this to be disallowed, or else this is a disaster. I mean, the goal itself is a disaster. It's their first shot on target in the entire match. I would argue it maybe wasn't even a shot on target. That's it. They've had 1 shot on target. They've scored. That's the worst team we'll play all year at home, and we've lost without looking like scoring. This is now an emergency situation. At what point do I just resign? What jobs are available? Because the problem is, without having done any coaching badges, I'm still not a particularly attractive prospect. I've only got 2 stars of reputation, which is what I had when I arrived. I really, really needed to have done a coaching badge at some point. I mean, did we apply for Melbourne Victory? I can't remember. I think that's one we can't apply for yet for some reason. But anything in the top 2 leagues, anywhere really. Or we could go manage Senegal or Burkina Faso. I mean, would it be utterly insane to apply for the Burkina Faso job? They're the 54th highest team in the world. How can they be in Africa and the Caribbean? Do I try and get that job for a reputation boost? Can international Can international jobs put you through coaching badges? There's really not a lot out there, is there? I think we might be getting relegated this year. So I'm going to have to jump before I'm pushed, which is sad. Maybe it's not all bad. Maybe we'll win the next game. So next up, we play Bangkok United, and it's the first time we've not really had to Google where the team might be. Believe it or not, they're in Bangkok, and they've got a proper stadium. If we have a look at... I've lost it. There it is. Look at that. It's got a roof. 2 roofs. I mean, we can go anywhere. They've driven the Google car around the athletics track by the look of it. Look at this. We're playing here. We should not be playing here under any circumstances. Can we have a look outside? Let's plop ourselves down here and have a look around the front. I mean, it's not quite as impressive from outside, to be fair. That's the back garden. That's a bit they don't want the public to see, I guess. Should we have a look at the front garden? If we go round the front garden, is that more impressive? Infinitely so. It's the Asian Athletics Association. Looks like they got a block of flats underneath the stand. Imagine living there. That'd be incredible. Yeah, this is much neater and tidier around the front. I love this. Look at that. They've got a little athletics track as the path leading into it. That's really cool. Gravel's a bit patchy, but nothing another sack can't handle. Look at all these air conditioners. I get the impression it's quite warm in Thailand. There's the player entrance. Why don't the players get to walk in on the running track? Yeah, this is a proper football club. We're going to get absolutely battered. We have a look at their history over the last few years as well. 25,000 capacity, by the way. They played in the Champions League this year. So they regularly finish top 4, top 5. They won the league a few years ago. They play in the Champions League every year. This is going to be a proper reality check. The one change is Pizzo coming in. It's only been 3 days since the last game. So Pizzo's still not fully fit, but we need a grown-up on that right-hand side. There's going to be a lot of players playing when they're not fully fit this season, I think. It looks like the fans aren't interested. It's not the most enticing of matches, is it? I don't think there's 25,000 people have turned up. But, I mean, if we can somehow not embarrass ourselves, and that's going to be the motto all season long, if we can somehow not embarrass ourselves, that'll be nice, but I don't think there's any chance of us getting any kind of result. And I'm starting to think my best course of action, having had a look at the jobs that are available, there's nothing really in any leagues that are equivalent to this one, or even a little bit below this one. There's no jobs. Oh my God, ouchie's rubbish. There's no jobs that I think I'd realistically be able to get, especially with no coaching badge. So I think my best hope is a slightly bigger team in this league has a terrible start to the season, sacks their manager, and we can sort of leap into a team one place above us in this league, but with a proper stadium and a proper wage budget. And we might even still end up getting relegated. But if we get relegated with another team, with a team that's actually got potential, then it gives us a little bit more hope. The Raging Mackerel, as much as we love them, they've got no money, they've got no fans, we've got no hope, and we're losing. Will we score a goal this season? That's the point I'm at now. Will we actually score a goal this season? Or is it just going to be a complete disaster? Those of you who've been watching for a long time, I've not felt like this at the start of the season, since that season when we got posh to the Premier League on non-league to legend a few years ago. And it was an absolute disaster. And I ended up leaving after like 10 matches. Ouchie's made a save. I can't remember how I left. I don't think I got fired. Did I move to another club in the same league? Did I go abroad? What did I do? How did I get out? The difference was, of course, I was managing in the English Premier League then, so it was relatively easy to get another job afterwards. I'd had lots of coaching badges. I probably had my Continental Pro. I haven't even done my National C. They haven't let me do a single coaching badge at either of the clubs I've managed in this save. We're like 5 seasons in, and I've not done a single coaching badge yet. I always laugh at people who say it'd be nice to be able to spend the manager's wages on stuff. Yeah, in this scenario, in this scenario, I think in reality, I put myself for my coaching badges, especially when I finally get one, and it will say Kevin Chapman is finally doing his, it won't say finally, but it might as well, is finally doing his National C at a cost of £200. Well, I'm on £775 a week here, living in Thailand. I reckon I've got a spare 200 quid to put myself through my coaching badge, but it ain't going to let me do it, so I just have to continue being not very good. Sukhothai, who were rubbish against us in the last game, are winning. So they're going to inexplicably start the season with 2 wins, and we are losing and not looking like scoring. I mean, we've not had an attacking highlight yet. We've not had an open play attacking highlight for 2 matches. This is alarming how painful this season is going to be. All we're doing is tackling and trying to get it clear, and it's not really getting clear. Ouchie's made another save there. He's doing his bit. But we're just rubbish. We are rubbish. Right, just get it clear. I mean, he is hacking and slashing at everything, trying to get it clear. It isn't... I mean, it's like a training session. They are just camped out on the edge of our 6-yard box, and we are absolutely powerless to stop them. Please clear it. Actually, don't even clear it. Get a hold of the ball and try and do something with it. Forget clear it. Get it forward. I mean, ouchie. No, it's not. It's Foldrang again, who's been... I mean, he's on a 6.2 inexplicably. He's the only one doing any defending. How is he only on a 6.2? That feels very harsh. The game is not judging him based on what I'm seeing in the match rating. Yes, we're under loads of pressure and we're not really getting it clear, but he seems to be the guy doing all the last-ditch defending, which could suggest his positioning is shocking, which is why he's having to resort to last-ditch defending. But still, right, Pizzo's going to have to come off. Pimrat is on. We'll bring on Supik again for Ratinho. We'll try him as an inside forward today. We'll make Igor the playmaker. And I mean, he's on a yellow card and he is throwing himself at everything. I think he probably has to come off, and Hyong can come on. And I guess we go very attacking. We demand more, which is really harsh because we are not good enough to expect anything out of this match. The fact we've not been thrashed is a huge plus to us as a football team. It isn't going to be enough in the grand scheme of things, though. We've changed some of the midfielders around. We've not had a shot on target, and we're not very good. Oh, dear. If anyone wants to look at them, that's frustrating. That could have been us. With a little bit of luck going the other way, that absolutely could have been us. As it is, we've started the season with 2 defeats. We've not been thrashed. Apparently, we're quite hard to beat. We're not very good, and we haven't... I mean, I don't think we're going to score a goal this season. What's our expected goals after 2 matches? How do you find that out? XG table. Our XG is 1.5, apparently. I mean, I haven't seen 1.5 XG worth of chances across our 2 matches, but apparently we've had them. We're playing the SWAT cat next. Oh, I wonder how many games I'll lose before you see me again. If you've enjoyed that, you're a monster, but give me a thumb up anyway. Subscribe to the channel, Daily Football, but you know the drill. Thanks for watching. I need to lie down.